If you guys want to make your own RPG Unbox, then you guys come to the right place. This video is going to cover how to make accessories and armors. Pretty simple, but I can tell a lot of people have been struggling with this for a while now, so this will be a basics on how to do just that. Alright, so let's go and get started with armors. Since armors are pretty simple to work with here, and you gotta know same with accessories, but armors have been in the game, have been in RPGs for a long time, so we're going to go ahead and show you guys how to do just that. So armors basically, so how armors work, they kind of work on a lot. They work like they did with Orion's RPG kit and Eversine's V2 RPG kit, where basically you have a head and all that stuff. So basically how it works is that like you got yourself like all the parts here, basically the head. So basically you can think of these models as a part for these models. So basically we've got the torso part, that's what we welded to the torso. Right leg, well, the right leg model will be welded to the right leg, and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's technically how it works basically. So basically what you want to do is, so basically and how it works basically, and the center point is basically in the middle right here, which is basically where basically you will notice that's basically as big as, so basically let's say for instance let me just go on and import a rig real quick, R6. Let's do a blocky avatar just to hell of it. So you may notice that this avatar here, right here. So we're gonna go ahead and copy his torso right here, and basically what we're gonna do is copy its position right here. Oh wait, that's not it. Where is it? Is this it? And I completely forgot the pivot point is the head, not the human root part. Okay. I think this is no, this is not it. Where is it exactly? Okay, but basically how it works is that you notice how basically like the arm, the middle is basically welded to basically the arm, the arm right here, basically all the parts would be welded to this part right here, or we welded to all the parts specifically and all that stuff, and the center point is the middle right here and all that stuff. So basically if you want to know how to, a good way to represent this would definitely be this. So basically, this is basically what it would look like if all the parts were, basically invisible. So that's pretty much how it works. Basically, you weld the parts to it and stuff. So pretty cool. Hey everyone, sorry guys about that. My girlfriend was needing me on my help to help her. Anyways, back to this thing right here. So basically, how do we go ahead and change the meshes of these of the rig? Well, what you want to do is go. Well, let's go grab something real quick. All right, so we got ourselves our Dark Knight armor here as a template, as an example to show you guys that how to simply replace armor. So basically, let's go ahead and get started with the texturing. So basically, you'll notice that we got ourselves. So basically, most mobs in the classic brick days have these things called character meshes in them. These are things that are used to basically give the mobs the mesh and stuff. If it's not R15 and all that stuff. So basically, what we're gonna do is copy this texture right here, and what we're gonna do is copy this and paste it into here. And then we're gonna just select all the armors, and go ahead and grab the rest of it. It may not appeal to y'all, but you can also do the same with meshes too. So I'll show you guys how to replace the meshes too. So select all the armor meshes and change the URL to this. And oh wait, hang on, give me a second. That's not it. Okay, I got the wrong one apparently. This was I meant to do overlay texture ID, not base texture ID. You're gonna have to experiment a bit with trying to figure out which of the textures are real and which one textures are not. And there we go. Here's the dark armor. So we're gonna go ahead and change the armor mesh to black, pretty much. So and we'll change it from there. That'll hopefully fix it a bit and make it look a lot better. Another thing we could probably do too is change the mesh IDs. How do we change the mesh IDs for the meshes? Well, basically go into any mesh that's either mesh ID, a mesh part, or block characters, I don't know, something like that. Go into the mesh ID, copy this base, go and copy the mesh ID into here, and you'll see this is the left arm. So this means that this is the left arm package. So basically you'll see this thing called body part. If it's a left arm, then that means that we're gonna have to copy this into the left arm, which is, wait, no, that's not the left arm. Wait, yeah, that was not the left arm. All right, there we go. The left arm right here. Then we're gonna do the same for the right arm. and a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's why is it working? Hang on, give me a second. What did I do it wrong? All right, there we go. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, it takes a lot of trial and error to work with this, but it's pretty much how you make classic classic type of armors. It's kind of like the basics of making armors too. So, but yeah, we're just gonna call it dark heart armor, and I guess we'll go ahead and make it the same. I guess we'll go ahead and make it the same level and probably the same type of level as the dark heart. So what we're gonna do is copy the dark heart, grab this. It costs 166 gold. Actually, okay, there we go. So it costs 166 gold, and it has that much damage. Okay, now it'll be good. So now what we're gonna do is go into the armor here. Go and select the level. For the level, we'll go ahead and select it as 10. We're going to go ahead and change the health to 666 because just why the hell not. Then for the cost statistics, we'll just go ahead and make this into, I'm not sure, 266 I guess. Just for funnies, honestly. And then that's really how you do that. Now next up is for the defense. I think I covered this in the previous video, but I guess I'll just go ahead and go over it again just for the hell of it. But basically, you'll see that we got ourselves armor relative values, health, walk speed, jump power, mana. You know that's how you've seen all this before. In Accessory V2 kit defense. Typical. That shows how many defense you have here. I think I went over this before. Keybinds, I went over this in a separate tutorial. Yes, keybinds can be activated when you equip armor 2 and all that stuff. So pretty cool. But yeah, and for damage class, what this is that basically this is how much damage. This is basically how much damage is multiplied every time you if you have a weapon of this kind, like a melee weapon, for example. So since we're using a dark heart as a melee weapon, we'll go and change the melee, and we'll go and change it to 6. And then the second variable asks whether the points are at a tally instead multiplied. So yeah, basically what we're gonna do is this will add 6 hit points to our damage when we do equip it. So what we're gonna do is grab his armor and make sure it's an and then we'll make sure it's an armor. But before we do that, I just want to give one quick heads up. If you guys do plan on adding parts, you can add separate parts to this too. You're not really like restricted with the whole armors. Like I can just copy an armor down to here and it'll still work. Like it's not like the RPG, like the Earth Science V1 RPG where basically the armors require that specific part stuff, and it's kind of weird. I'm not sure why. It's a really weird thing to work with here. But yeah, we're going to go and copy the dark heart armor and put it into here. And I'll show you guys that this will work and all that stuff. Now let's go ahead and go into our shop here and grab the dark heart if I can find it. Do I even have it on here? I guess I don't. But anyways, I guess what we're going to do is I do not need that. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not sure why that says the thing. It's kind of making me annoying. So yeah, dark heart. This video will use this as a dark heart, and the next step is the armor. And this is dark heart armor. All right, now that we got that out with, I'm just going to copy this to hell of it and move this down to here. Okay, so now if we play the game, it should work. I guess we'll find out. So, but basically. We got ourselves a dark heart sword, and we got ourselves a dark heart armor. So yeah, this does have the classic. This does also have so this can spawn nice. But anyways, dark heart and dark heart armor. So we're going to go and purchase the dark heart. We're going to purchase the dark heart armor, and you'll notice that we got ourselves a dark heart. Yeah, of course, dark heart. Same thing. You've seen it before, so nothing really new there. However, though, we have a dark heart armor. Now, if we equip that, you'll notice that, yes, our thing from earlier is here. That is right. The torso from previously. So yeah, basically, it doesn't matter. You don't have to weld anything. You don't even have to know anything about welding. Basically, just put everything they want welded back and stuff and all that. So pretty cool. And you may be wondering, how do I get rid of these accessories since the helmet and stuff? Well, it's actually pretty simple to work with here. I'll actually show you guys how to do it right now. But basically, what you want to do in armors is let's grab the dark heart armor. Oh, okay, well first off, let's go ahead and delete this armor, this thing right here. This is just a test to show you guys that anything can be welded there. and stuff. Just make sure that if you are going to work with new meshes and new parts, make sure it is anchored and can glides off. That's what I would recommend at least, because that's what I did, or that's what it is. That's what it's doing right here. So pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. And yeah. Anyways, moving on. But let's go ahead and move to the accessories. So this is how you find the accessories to be visible and stuff. So basically, you know, like I said, all the parts are visible. This is pretty much how to make all the parts visible. Basically, if you want the left arm to be visible, left leg, left arm, left leg, torso, all that. Make sure you set these to true. This is good for those who want to have like blocky armor, like that in Pell 4 RPG. They did that. That's a really good example of that. But that's pretty much how you do that with the body parts. Now let's talk about accessory types. Basically, how do I get it so that all of the accessories are invisible if I have helmet on? Well, simply, what you want to do is basically just make sure turn all these false. So, make sure all these are false just for hell of it, and you should be good, honestly. I'm probably just going to do it right now, just why not, you know, So, we're just going to make it false, and we should have an armor right here. Yeah. Also, this video does kind of go over. I really apologize once again. But yeah, and you see that our helmet, that our accessories are fully gone. Now, just because I kind of like consistency and there are others due to this, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm actually gonna go ahead and make all the armors and accessories false, so that'll be a lot more easier to work with. So yeah. All right. So we got dark harp, we got the iron armor. All right. So false, 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 false. Okay. That should most likely be it for now. Okay. And then there's another thing I also want to show you too about that. You'll also notice that when we have the dark armor, you'll notice that there's nothing in here. You'll see like you'll see like a staff here that has 10 piercing. However, if we open this up, you'll see 6 damage, 6 plus damage right here. That's the stat that we added because we were able to do this because the staff has because we're equipping a sword that is melee, and its armor has a 6+ class boost to melee weapons. So, and you'll notice that this weapon is melee. So technically, you kind of do have. So that's pretty much that, honestly. So yeah. All right. So now you got that out with. Let's just go into the kill this guy real quick, just for hell of it. And yeah. All right. Now we've got that out with. I guess I could probably go over how to make. I guess I could probably also go ahead and show you how to make accessories too. So accessories are kind of easy to work with too, but I'll show you guys how to work with it. Accessories are kind of different, honestly. Basically, you can equip multiple at the same time, but there's a catch though. There's a max of how much you can equip there. I think there is a certain how to equip. Okay, yeah, equip accessory max. Basically, the maximum amount of accessories the players can wear at once. So basically, if you want 3 accessories to hold, then you can change that to the game config. Let me actually change this. Let me actually look at it. Max on accessory. Oh my god, it's actually pouring out rain right now. Sorry about that. You guys can hear that. It's currently raining right now. Yeah, it feels good to be in summertime. Hope you guys having a good summer. Hope you guys having a good summertime, by the way. If you are, then that's good. But anyways, move back to this. Basically, what you want to do, so that's basically how you set up the accessories and the amount of accessories you can use. So let's go ahead and make our own accessory. Let's go ahead and make an accessory where this guy will give us our hat. So to start off an accessory, it's kind of like the same thing like last time, honestly. Basically, we're just going to go ahead and let's just go into accessory. Okay, well, where is it? Okay. Let's just go into items, go into accessories, and we're going to use, what should we use? I think we'll use this just for the hell of it, honestly. So this is the crown that, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Okay, I guess my client was currently loading, the studio was trying to load something. Okay, so basically this is the accessory that we currently have right now. It has 2 things, base and accent. Basically, you'll notice that this is basically pretty much how the armors are formatted, except you notice that there are no body parts visible. That's because basically the body parts. That's because the accessories are more like accessories you'll find in the catalog or something like that. So we're gonna go and make our own accessory and show you how we'll work from there. So we're gonna delete this, copy this, and we're gonna go into standard stage, copy as it I have right here. We'll just for testing purposes, paste that. And alright, so now what we're going to do next is grab this, make sure we're going to use this, we're going to make the middle mesh transparency 1, or sorry, 0, just so we can actually have a better time scaling it. And then what we're going to do is set our thing to 1 and set our size to 1, just so that'll be a bit more easier to work with here. Then what we're going to do is copy the position here and just position it to where you want, honestly. So what we're going to do is, we're just going to try and position it somewhere. So let's see what a good way to position this. Let me actually check something real quick. Okay, no, okay. All right, I think this is not really, okay, this is a really huge ad, so I can see why it's not really looking too well. But that's for another day. Anyways, that's pretty much now that we got that, we can move this down here. We'll go to make sure transparent change 1. Make sure that this is non-collidable, and make sure it's anchored. You could turn off maskless if you want, but it's up to you, honestly. I would just, in this maskless, I'll just keep it maskless that way. We're also going to change this to hat, just for the hell of it. And then we're going to change this to Sand Magic Hat. And basically, we can now go ahead and make ourselves we can now go ahead and do what we did last time. Basically change all the accessories and all that stuff. So yeah, change it and make it look cool. So we're gonna go and copy this level here to 10. That way it'll be the minimum level required. Not like it really matters, but in case you want to, I guess, feel free to. But yeah, anyway, what we're gonna do is delete this right here. I guess we could probably have it be sold, I guess. So what we're gonna do is make this. We're gonna change this to statistic. Make the cost nil, but we are going to make the statistic something different. So we're going to change the statistic and gold, and we're going to go ahead and give it, I'm not sure, how much levels is this, how much gold does this guy give out? Does he give out any gold? Where is it? I can't remember in the format. Okay, here it is. It's 29. We'll make this 291, I guess, just for hell of it. And then the health, how much HP does this guy have? 200. I guess we'll go ahead and give this guy 380 levels. And walk speed, you can change walk speed, mana. Mana, it's pretty much the same thing, honestly. So yeah. And there you go. I think we're gonna go ahead and make hats to false, hair to, well, actually, we'll probably keep this like it was earlier. But basically, the accessory type visible is how it works usually. Is how the usual one worked earlier. So, yeah. Anyway, what we're going to do now is basically just go ahead, go into accessories, move this, and then what we're going to do is make him drop this. And to make it drop this, we're just going to go ahead and copy like we did last, copy this thing from earlier. And then we're going to go ahead and change this to accessory, and we'll go ahead and make a 1 in 2 chance. And then, should work. Then we're just going to change this to Magic Sans Hat. Did I actually forget that? Okay, no, we're good. Alright, so then once we're done with this, it should drop it with a 1 in 2 chance. So we might have to fight this guy a bit just to make sure this guy works. But yeah, so. Oh yeah, I also forgot about one other thing too, just kind of wanted to, just because. Oh wait, do they not do this? Oh, they don't do it. That's a shame. Okay. Oh, good to know then. Okay. Well, apparently they don't do it. Apparently they they're not allowed to happen. I guess they can't allow that to happen. I guess they don't allow it. Okay. I guess they don't have a boost class, I guess. It would have been pretty cool. I'm not sure. Does that boost class? I really don't know. If you guys want to do some testing for me, if you let me know. But I would love to see if you're able to I wonder if you can actually, if you actually really can be able to you add boost to accessories. If not, that's fine. But hey, I mean, you can always use the armor. So, but if you want to test it, feel free to. I mean, it's really nice to take a look at it once in a while. But yeah, anyways, back to this. Here's Seals King. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to this guy. Hello, Sensei. What's up? Anyways, we're going to kill this guy real quick, and we got ourselves Magic Sand Hat. Now, if we're correct in the Magic Sand Hat is in accessories, and when we open this, you will see that we are getting ourselves a new Sand Hat. And yeah, basically they give us 700, and they give us more mana too. Now let's go ahead and unequip it. You'll notice that it gives us less mana. Now if we equip it, we get more mana. So clearly we pretty much have it working. So yeah, that's pretty much how you work with accessories and armor as well. It kind of is a bit tedious when you get but I'm sure you'll get used to it when as time goes on. But apart from that, if you guys really have nothing on it, I think that's really about all I have to say, honestly. I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess you could say there's a bit more to talk about here, like how to make more stuff. But if you guys really want, but these are just the basics on how to make armors and health armors and armors and accessories and all that stuff. And I don't know, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask stuff. Rejuvenation, I'm sure they'll help you guys out too. But this is just the basics, so you can make a lot more stuff with this cool stuff. But yeah, if you guys want to see more videos like this, well, actually, before we end off the video, I think I'm pretty much done here. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more videos like this, then please be sure to subscribe, like, and turn on the bell so that channel. But you also miss you. And yeah, anyways, hope you guys have a good time. And if this video did help you out, then feel free to check out some more other tutorials where I cover other stuff like keybinds and how you can add keybinds to your game and add keybinds to your armors and accessories. And others. I look forward to seeing what you guys make. But apart from that, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this beginning 6 now. Have a good one, as always.